What's up, guys? We are live. So we got a very diverse group of people. We got Natty, we got John Antony Lifestyle, and we got Liz joining us.
Hello.
Thank you, everyone, for coming on.
Mhm.
Well, I appreciate it. So this is going to be
So-
the where we announce our joint OnlyFans venture, right?
No,
No,
you're OnlyFans.
I thought that was the purpose of this. No, we want to do a collaboration so you guys can kind of see how we interact with girls in like a more, I don't know, more natural setting, and then you guys can ask any questions. You can ask questions to us, to the girls, and I think it's gonna be a good time. And then she's very inquisitive, so she's gonna ask a bunch of questions as well.
I do have a lot of questions.
Let's start off with this. I think John, everyone already knows. You've been on my channel a bunch of times, but Liz, you want to give a very quick background?
I'm sorry.
Background of yourself.
I'm not sure like exactly like everything. Like okay, I've lived in the United States for 1.5 years.
That was in like 2015. She went to school and she had like an engineering scholarship in LA.
Yes, I am a civil engineer. I love my job. I work a lot, and I met John on Tinder. We've been together for like more than 1.5 years now, and I was always
we met before I even got here.
Yeah.
I switched my Tinder to the location here, and we were like talking before I came, and then we were talking on the plane, and then we were we met like the second day that I was in town.
Yeah, and it was like all crazy for me because I was always very like, I was more like a shy person. I love parties though. I love parties, but I was more like the nerdy type. So when I met him, it was like totally like different thing, like a total new experience for me, for my life. And
first threesome, first lots of stuff, first foursome, first fivesome.
Yeah,
we had like 50,
like a crazy year.
We had like 50 threesomes we wrote on the whiteboard in like 14 months or something.
Let's do a little let's take a step back. What did you like about John's game? Like think back to your first date. What were you like, oh, this guy's doing this correctly? Or
I almost left.
I almost left.
I tried to kiss her like the 15, 20 minute mark, and she was like, this is too quick. I should go. And I was like, no, it's fine. Not a big deal.
Yeah, and then like he started talking, and I felt like and after when he tried to kiss me like that fast, it was like 50 minutes when we were just talking. He tried to kiss me, and I kind of back off and said, hey, I should go. And I wanted to see like his reaction. Like first I thought he would be like super rude and say, yeah, go. And they would say, okay, great, I want to leave here, I want to just get out of here. But he said, no, it's fine, so let's keep talking more and more. Okay. Yeah, and
she claims she normally waits 5 dates to bang a guy, but we had sex on the second date, and she was like, "That was so quick for me."
That was like super. I don't do second dates. Like I
got a bond.
He said she only does second dates like 5% of the time.
No, I don't do second dates at all. Like I don't. I just don't do. Like it's like. Mostly like I can say like all of my ex-boyfriends and my ex experiences was because it was more than one date, you know. If it was like, because usually it doesn't last to the second, or you know, doesn't go on. I actually I lose interest in very fast.
So what made you not lose interest in John? Like what made you go?
Because he's so different. He's so different. He's different from anything else that I've known in my life. He doesn't give a shit about anything. And I've never seen this because I'm very like.
What do you mean I don't give a shit about anything?
You just don't give a shit.
Expand on that.
For example, John doesn't care if he's gonna make a sexual joke and someone's gonna be like embarrassed by that, or some not like just sexual joke, like any kind of content that's controversial. He doesn't give a shit. He'll like he'll say what he thinks, and even if the other person is gonna be like kind of uncomfortable, he's gonna put his way, like his opinion, and like in a very subtle way, not like in a harassment way, not like this, not like what I mean, but it's like a genuine different way of being, you know. So
he doesn't give a fuck, and you find that attractive. Is that basically to sum it up?
Yes, because it's like you have to have a lot of courage to be different, you know. I feel like it's easy to follow a easy path. For example, I was told since I was a child, like I should study, I should like get a degree. Study. I'm sorry, I'm not a native speaker. I forget up a lot.
I don't correct her on that. Actually. She's like, I need to stud. I need to stud.
Yeah.
He corrects me all the time with English too. So
you said before we came on, you said you were born in Colombia.
Yeah.
And you're but you learned English like what, like in school or something?
Yeah, well, I moved here when I was 13, so but my English is still, I live in my
of course, I'm not a native speaker, but for me, you sound like a native speaker, like
a person
that I totally think, oh my gosh, she's from the US. Like, I totally think that.
Liz said when she moved to LA, she didn't speak any English.
No, it was terrible.
And she would just like, she doesn't eat much fast food, but she was like at McDonald's and she was like number 7, and they were asking her other shit, and she was like number 7.
Me too.
Yeah, it was so bad because like
that happened to me when I moved to America too. I would say in Russian French fries they're called potato free, so I would say, can I have potato free? And they thought I wanted like potatoes for free. They're like, dude, we don't give you potatoes for free. We don't even have potatoes. It's just French fries. I'm like, no, I want potato free.
Yeah, I would be like pointing, and I would be so embarrassed because I was really, really like shy at that time, like to talk, like to interact. So I got like, actually it was like a hard time for me. I first like learned how to write and like to read in English, and after I could like speak and listen and speak, right? But
I feel weird. I was born in the U.S. and spoke English as a child.
I know you're the outsider here.
My parents said I was singing like full songs by age 1. I like developed quickly. Like I broke all these records as a child that they said that like babies weren't supposed to be doing.
How many languages do you speak, John?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you guys speak in
Portuguese,
English or
Russian?
Portuguese?
We speak. Well, her and I always speak English, but like. One of the girls in the house only speaks Portuguese, so we normally speak Portuguese most of the time. I can speak fluent Portuguese now.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, it was tough, but I can speak it pretty well now. It's 90% the same vocabulary as Spanish, and I spoke Spanish before.
All right, let's get back to the game aspect. Yeah, we don't want to lose the guys.
So one question I do have, Liz, do you consider yourself? Do you care about what people think? Do you consider yourself to be more conservative and proper?
Honestly, I try not to care I try not to care about what people think, but deep down, I kind of feel that I do care a lot, but I try not to care about this. So it's like something that is like more free that you feel like to be like yourself, less you care. That's what I've been learning.
Yeah, she's been getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but I used to be like totally like, no, oh my god.
That was before you met Yon, right?
Yeah, before, but I've been like...
Yeah, I've taught her, like, skip work, like...
Oh, my God.
Ash.
But before meeting John, I had a resolution? The way that you say? A resolution for New Year's Eve that would be, like, the most... 2020 for me would be, like, the most boring year of my life. This was even before pandemic. And then I met John in February.
Oh, we met in February, too.
Yeah, and then
last year though.
Yeah, then
February
right before the pandemic starts. So, and I had to think, oh my god, I want to have a lot of fun this year because I've always like dedicated myself too much for my work, and like I'm kind of good at what I do now. Like I have like a good position on what I do, but I had to put like too much effort into this. So this took like a lot of me. So for me, 2020 would be like the party year of my life. So
you got to focus on those bridges and tunnels in Brazil. We have those in top shape. Okay, so my question
she's been on the news and shit a bunch. I had a video where we showed her like because modern life dating other retards are like, she's a hooker, she's a hooker.
Yeah, I wanna touch. Sorry, I wanna touch emphasis on that because I remember that being like a huge controversy. I remember I was here when that happened, and you were interviewing John about like one guy making up things about you being a hooker.
Oh my god. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, she waits 5 days. It's like just the opposite. She waits 5 days to bang a dude. That's like extremely rare.
That's why, like in the beginning, you asked, "Oh, tell me about your background," because I don't want to make my life public. But sometimes I want to say, oh my God, guys, it's so hard for you guys to believe that John is real, because like that's so much of nonsense shit. Like it's just so annoying, just so fucking ridiculous. It's just so fucking ridiculous.
The claims are all baseless.
The opposite of like what you do or what you live here.
All the claims Modern Life Dating made were just pure baseless.
So stupid, seriously. It's like I feel really sorry for the guy that has like to lie that much to be something, you know. His life must be terrible, must be very, very miserable to be like that.
Pretty terrible and miserable. I mean, he's like he's like fat and blind, and I don't even know how many weird issues he has. Anyway, that's a whole different tangent. So, the question I want to ask is, you start dating John, right? What was the adjustment like getting used to like the the crazy lifestyle of multiple girls in the house? Like how was that adjustment for you, and how did John kind of get you on board with that?
But wait, did you guys wear like booty calls before?
No, so like
I was never.
I was an asshole. Like I made it an official boyfriend girlfriend, and then was like seeing girls behind her back.
Yeah, he was very, 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 very like an asshole.
And then she caught me. We had a huge fight, and then she caught me again. We had a huge fight, and then eventually it became more like normalized. Where like
it became like normalized to caught him when it was like and like, but that was really bad because like we had to work a lot on our relationship, because more that this would happen, more heartbroken would get, more like pissed, more angry, and like at some point I was just a bitch all the time, like oh my God, why are you doing this? Oh my God, and I didn't want to be like that, you know, like and I feel like at this point, I feel like I adjust like a lot to him, and I feel he adjusted some to me too, you know, because he's been on his lifestyle like for a long time, like long time. And for me, it was kind of, it is something new. It's something that we adjust like little by little. We never like, since like the first time that we, like our second date was like just magical. It was like, you guys have no idea. It was magical the way that, like if I describe here, it would be like a movie. It would be like those Hollywood movies, you know, it was like magical. So it was like something so beautiful in the very first beginning, and was like so romantic. Was never about sex, at least for me. I don't know for John, if at the beginning was just like, oh my God, it's one of my rotational girls here, one of them. And
no, you were a major reason why I stayed.
And then
to live.
John, I have a question. So why met her? Like, because I imagine that you usually have like high rotation, that you're picky about the girls you date. Mm-hmm. So what made Liz special? She's hyper analytical like me. She has an engineering mind, but she like hyper analyzes. But she's also like we have like a ton of like super silly inside jokes. We're usually like laughing all the time. Mm-hmm. So we just have like we're like pretty similar in a lot of those ways. Plus she has like really good heart, which is hard to find. Like a lot of the girls in the game are just trash that'll fuck everybody and that kind of stuff. Whereas, you know, you want as like a main girl or the girl that you're getting emotionally involved with, like she waits 5 days to sleep with guys. She's not like running around getting drunk all the time at clubs. Like she has a career. She's smart, you know, she's analytical, she's funny, that kind of stuff. So all that stuff is good qualities besides having good sex and stuff too. So to recapitulate, what would you say that? Sorry,
all right, get your questions.
What would you say? And this goes for you too. Are the key things that you need to look for in a girlfriend, not a booty call, a girlfriend?
That's a good question.
For me.
For anyone really.
For you and what you think.
For me over the years, I've tried to make it like, you know, just being completely straightforward, like above a 9 in looks. I would say bisexual, intelligent, ambitious, not a huge cunt, for lack of a better word. Let's see. Like kind of like a partner in crime. Like we make a lot of like plans together. We do a lot of cool stuff together. We've been through a lot of stuff together. Someone you can like
store once.
Someone you can like grow with. Also has to be accepting of like me banging like a ton of other chicks. Like when I arrived in Brazil, I was at 1,179, and now I just canceled actually a chick to do this live. That would have been 1,398, but right now it's 1,397. So since we've been dating, I've banged like 220 girls. What is that? What is the math on that? 219, 18 girls.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Only 50 were with me. Just it's like a lot. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Damn, all of
Only
this.
50.
It's funny because she had like a very low lay count, like body count. She was mostly in relationships and stuff, and she had never had a threesome. And now she's just added like 50 girls to it.
All right, so let me ask a few questions.
No, real quick, probably like I think like a good heart, like sweet, like not a slut, not disrespectful. Like there's like a long list of internal qualities, but like for looks, it's usually 9+ for the girlfriend. Like I've had that for like 10 years.
Oh my god!
That's why I don't understand these guys that marry and have girlfriends that are below average looking in the red pill world and stuff like that. Like girls that guys would rate like a 2 or a 3, for instance, and they all say everyone defends and says they must have a perfect personality. I don't think it's misogynistic to say if the girl's objectively below average, like what are they doing? Because there's a lot of attractive girls with good personalities too, but I guess that's neither here nor there. But it seems like if someone's a dating guru, they should.
There's a misconception that hot girls don't have good personalities. It's only fatties that have good personalities. Misconception that I don't know where it came from, but it sounds like a bunch of coke to me.
It's a huge justification for guys that can't get hot girls to justify that. Okay, well, I don't want hot girls. It's like it's like think about like Richard Cooper, like any of these fucking clowns. They get just rejected and snubbed by those girls. So then it makes them feel better to go on camera and be like, well, all those girls are bitches anyways, and they're just going to leave you and bang an alpha bad boy. I've dated tons of girls like that, and they can be super, super, super into you and faithful to you, and they can be awesome. There's nothing that like precludes a hot girl from being cool.
Yeah, it's all, and I haven't seen a single scientific study that suggests that a hotter girl is less likely to be. There's no study on this. It's all just pure anecdotal evidence. Oh, there's one hot girl who probably wasn't even that hot in the first place who left me for another dude. Thus, hot girls suck. Thus, I need to bang fatties. But let's return back to follow-up questions for Liz, because this is very interesting. Were you always, and sorry, this is a little bit of a personal question, but it'll make sense why I'm asking this later on. Were you always bi, or?
Yeah.
Can we like just be like full transparent about that? So she had a girlfriend at one point. Like how many years back?
Was when I was in the United States.
Okay.
2014.
She was dating like a Japanese girl for like how long? Only like 2 weeks or something.
I think
No, they were like for more than a month.
Oh, like
They were like
a
more
month.
than a month like together. No, the thing is, I always like look at girls differently, and I knew that since I was like little. Like I knew I would like, appreciate the beauty of the girl. I would like look at her and feel like, oh my gosh, she's pretty, she's nice. I would feel attracted to girls, but like I mostly dated men, but all the time, like I used to go out and like in my hometown city, and my group of friends, they were all like gay people. So gay people hang out with gay people, and lesbian and gay bars, and it's easier to find like bisexual girls. It's easier to find lesbian girls. So I would make out with them, because you're like partying, you're drinking, you're like, and it would be fun. It's like to be like with girls at that time. Mm-hmm. So. And then when I went to the United States, I met this girl in a barbecue, and she was like just like the most amazing person like ever at that point. And still nowadays, I think she's like just amazing. She's like really good heart, amazing, always laughing, always like very, very, very cute. And then we started dating because like, I don't know, I was just like, into the feeling of the moment, and then it was like really beautiful.
I do have a question.
Well, I know. Let me get a few questions in, and then you can get all the questions you want.
I wanted to add to this.
Okay, just go before you explode.
Do you have a relationship with the other girls?
No. I used to have a relationship with one of them, more intimacy, but like the way that things actually happen, it's more like John has the relationship and I have a relationship with John. But I used to have like a relationship like with we had like few relationships with other girls, like
that one audio recording that Modern Life Dating illegally played from like a former client. That was like a friendly phone call, by the way, not a coaching call. I was complaining. I was like, me and Liz are fighting a lot because we have an 8-girl threesome rotation. He even played that on the audio recording. It's like that's like a huge thing in my favor. Like her brother was in town and he was like cock blocking, just because he was visiting. But there was like 8 girls that we were seeing jointly, and it was like a monkey wrench and things because
she's like, I don't want you to have a foursome with my sister.
No, like he just didn't know. It's a different lifestyle. Like she's afraid for her mom to come visit and shit because there'll be like 6 or 7 girls in the house, and then her mom sees other girls in pictures and like, who are these girls?
Yeah, and she always like gets like those mom's advice that's always like ambiguous, and then you don't want to actually say, hey mom, it's about that. So but she actually kind of knows because she's my mom, so
she sends like little like
emojis. She sends like little like things to me, like it's like, oh my god, we shouldn't do like this and that, and it was like, no mom, come on.
No, but yeah, so we had like for a while we were seeing like 8 or 9 girls on the side together. We would have a different girl over every night of the week, either a new girl or a repeat, and we had group chats with all of them. This was kind of until we like moved other girls in the house. And once we moved other girls in the house, then it like complicates things.
Yeah, it complicates a lot for my end.
So
it's
then,
like really hard.
Yeah, because then like, the other, like one of the other girls is saying like, I love you to me and stuff like that. And then she's like, but I only want you in love with me. And so there's like all these like boundaries start getting blurred of like.
Yeah, and it was like, actually, I'll be very honest. It's already really hard to live with one person. And have one relationship one-on-one, and everybody knows being in a couple is already super hard. So imagine when you add more people to this equation. It's like a family, If you have like a family of 3, it's different of have a family of 4 and 5. And it's like more people, it's more things, it's like more minds to deal with. It's like you say one thing in one way, and the person gets it totally different. So it's really, really hard.
Yeah, and then like people will form alliances here and there over different things, and then like, so there's like a lot of extra drama from all that stuff because like any little thing can become an issue, and then like people can take sides, and then like the truth gets distorted, and people are talking about each other. But we've like there's all like new territory and stuff this year. But
it's like
we've like evolved it a lot. We've learned like a shitload of lessons.
Yeah, it's like if I could choose to come back like 8 months ago with the mind that I have now, oh my god, I would be so
well, that's like that with anything.
It would be so different.
Life,
I'd be so happy.
We had to like learn the lessons.
But now it's already in a point that's so like, wow, it's so, oh my god, it's a lot of emotions all the time. And like I used to say when I go to work, dude, when I'm working, I'm actually relaxing here, because like when I go home and like I have like all this crazy shit happening, it's too much intentions. It's like a lot of nice stuff, it's like too intense. It's like a real intense lifestyle. Like
let's explore this. So what are some of the intense shit that happens in the house?
Oh, you can imagine like from like just the basic, just like foursomes, like when you're not expecting.
When you're not. Midnight foursome.
You're like, oh my god, I'm just chilling here. I think I'm gonna. I come back from work. I work the whole day. I'm tired. And okay, so let's have this. Let's have a house. And let's go. Let's do this. It's like, whoa, this crazy life. I was even like mentioned to my friend today, like I have like so many nice pictures that I took like this past, I don't know, week. Like that, it seems like happened like 3 months already of like cool shit that you did, right?
Yeah, we did.
Like a lot of people, a lot of like different hangouts, different things.
There's a lot of big positives too. There's like new pros and cons. There's like quality problem. Like sometimes like girls will be in the house and I want to have a new girl over and they're out in the room and I don't want to explain to the new girl that I have these girls I'm dating, or I don't want to say that they're roommates or whatever. So I get like cock blocks really, really hard sometimes, or like there's
so
just a bunch.
My question is this: what was the process for the first threesome you had? Right, like you were kind of open to chicks, and
I remember this like it was.
I was seeing this other redhead girl, and basically. Like what happened? We just like invited her over,
No, it wasn't. It was like this, but it was like John asked, "Oh, you're bisexual? Yeah, I am. Oh, cool. Oh, would you like to have a threesome one day?" And I said, "Oh, sure, of course. I'd like to try. I'm like in this time of my life. I want to try. I want to be like, I want to have all these different experiences." And then he said, "Oh, cool, because I have a friend." And I was like, "What? Like this fast?" And it was like almost like the same day he mentioned and already happened.
Once you agreed, she was over like an hour later.
What's crazy?
You're like, we can do it. We can do it one day, and then I like set it up with the other girl. And I'm like,
yeah, but it was like super fast, and I thought it would be like, oh my god, you just get to meet the person, right? And then you're gonna like
and
talk.
She was like showing you like blowjob techniques.
And then I got really good. I could do a total course on this now. It's like
you should.
Right? I used to be so bad. He used to say, "Oh my god, your blowjob sucks so much."
In the very beginning, it was pretty bad, but then like this other girl like trained her.
Yeah, I didn't have like the like experience thing, so now I got like
this other girl trained her really well, and then she liked the threesome so much that like we had another one like the very next day.
Yeah, and it was fun. The beginning was really fun. It wasn't like that. I would feel like very comfortable with John, and like for many months I would feel like very, very, very comfortable of doing, and it would be like very nice because it would be like always a fun experience for me. Like always like, oh my god.
Was there ever any like jealousy or anything like that with like foursomes, threesomes? Like,
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Was there ever any like jealousy? Like, for example, like, oh, he's fucking this girl for longer than he's fucking me.
Yes, a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning was.
Do you guys have like orgy rules?
No, that's the problem. Like we never said like specific rules, and if you said specific rules, John doesn't care about rules, so doesn't care. doesn't matter, you know. If you said a rule, it most likely he's gonna break this rule just because it's a rule. So yes, right, kind of like how it works. So yeah, it is, but it's like in the beginning, I would be like more free, I guess. And at some point, like with some girls, specific type of girls, that I don't like.
Yeah, like with the one girl,
like
that girl Jessica. Like so, like there was this other girl that I've been banging on the side that was part of my rotation, and then she came over and they were like almost like competing. Jessica's like, "Hey, remember when we did this together, John? Remember when we did this?"
She was provocating me, and I was like, "What the fuck, John? Are you not gonna do fucking nothing?" I was like, "What?" And then I got pissed. You know, those times, because like there's one thing called respect. If the girl respects me, I'll respect her back. But if I feel I'm not being respected, why would I give a shit? You know? And there's like a bunch of girls. And at some point, he would just like say, "Oh no, it's fine." And, like, leave. I remember that day with the Fernanda girl, remember?
Oh, I kicked her out?
Yeah, because she was being like very bitchy. You know?
Yeah, so yeah, we were having a foursome, and there was like this, I think this 18-year-old girl, this girl Fernanda with big tits and ass, and then you were the third, I guess. And then this Fernanda girl, well, I remember because like all three of them were in front of me, like giving blowjob, and I was like, "Who wants to like jump on first?" And then the 18-year-old chick was like, "Let's do rock paper scissors."
And the 18 chick is like my favorite one so far. Like, so
she's like, "Let's do rock paper scissors," and then Fernanda's like, "I'm not doing that. I already banged him earlier today, blah, blah, blah." And she was being bitchy, so I just like kicked her out. And she's like, "No one ever has like told me to leave, blah, blah." She's like,
wait, no, how do you kick someone out during an orgy? Walk me through that.
That's how you would if it wasn't an orgy. It's the same thing. The 18-year-old saw me kick out a bunch of girls. There was this other girl that like fucked up, and I was like, "Get out!" I was like, "Get out!" She was like crying for like 2 hours, and I said to the 18-year-old, I was like, "You see what happens? You see what happens, Lebowski?"
Oh my god!
But no, like I don't know. I don't care. Like it doesn't matter what's happening. So yeah, I mean, she left in the middle of the foursome, and I was basically told her to fuck off. But
but you had to finish. We went out to take the Uber, remember? And I would go home and say, "No, Liz, what do you prefer?"
Oh, they wanted to go to the beach or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't want to go to the beach because I would already be going home anyways, and it was already too late, and it would be traffic. And I said, "No, John, I prefer going home. I'd rather go home or stay here." And John said, "Okay, so let's just stay here if you don't want to go to the beach." And she got like all pissed. "Oh no, I want to go to the beach." And John said, "Okay, whatever, we are staying." And that's what happened. Like, it would be cool. Yeah, but there is some jealousy. There is a lot of jealousy.
And how do you deal with
It's a
it?
fascinating dynamic.
How do you deal with it?
It's like very complex. It's like I'm like trying to identify the triggers so I can deal better with that. So I know there is some things that triggers me, like about like how I would think, how I would behave, you know.
What are some of those things, Liz? Like, if you don't mind sharing.
For example, I like to feel very appreciated. I like when people are very nice to each other, even if they are like not in a good mood or anything. I like that. I like when there's like touching, when there's like caring, when there is like cutesy. You know, I don't like when it's like, yeah, I don't like, for example, when John says, "Oh, let's have sex." I hate that. I don't like that. I like when he touches me and he comes and like he takes me and he seduces me, and I love that. And I love being seduced by him. And he does this perfectly. Oh my god, what?
Why are you laughing at?
No, he does this perfect. I love
on his face
by him.
like, I love it too when I'm seduced by John. John's like,
Yes. Oh my god.
Is he the affectionate type?
He likes like formal romance and stuff, but it's like when there's like 3 girls or sometimes there's a bunch more. Like what was it on Tuesday night? Like after the boat, we had like all the girls were here, and it's like, you know, it's harder to like get a romantic vibe.
But sometimes we do. Sometimes we do for good. A bunch of times we did like threesomes, foursomes, and even in his last birthday, we had like a fivesome, right?
Yeah.
It was a lot of romantic stuff. Like was all, of course, was all like it was like all sexual intense, but all the girls were like so into each other, was like so nice. Everybody was touching each other. Was like one of the girl even like she remember how to say in English. Do you remember what happened?
What are you trying to say?
She orgasmed.
About like the thing wet.
she squirted.
She squirted because she was so into like that feeling, that emotion, and was a bunch of people, right? Was like 1, 2,
2 roommate girls,
3, 4.
You
right?
You and the 18-year-old.
Yes, so it was 4 girls and John. Look, 5 people, and was that cool? Was like
that shit starts to get like overwhelming because there's just like eight tits,
and it was like, oh
and
my
it's
God.
like, what do I do here?
It was like, damn.
There's like different. You don't even know who you're touching and stuff like that. There's
it was
just like,
super cool, and it wasn't like just And so for me, I can see like I like when there's like these kind of passionate, involving, and like wow, and is getting like is going like getting like harder and harder and harder. And to get this, you have like to have really good connection with the people. You have like to trust, to like at least I feel like that. So
yeah, like I have no problem banging a girl without
yeah.
building anything up if she's hot. But like
Oh my God.
the girl, she always wants to like build up a whole like thing. Like we'll have new girls over for threesomes, and I'm like escalating in like 5 minutes, and she wants to like talk a bunch.
Well,
not a bunch, but
it's like talking like to get that thing,
No, you need to connect.
Yeah, not just like to talk bullshit. Oh, what do you do? I do. No, it's not about this. It's about like, oh, what makes you intense? What do you like? What does like makes you, excited about life?
I see we have,
we
have the fake Fresh Prince CEO. He's pretty funny.
Who?
This dude
Jones
to me.
and Alex's BFF.
I'm gonna say.
That one kid I wasted like 15 videos on.
Talking to time.
The alleged 20-year-old at 1,000 likes.
Before we get into that, let me ask one question. Why is this all not on OnlyFans? I feel like you guys can be multimillionaires in like 6 months.
Because she's a career woman.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Like, so she made an OnlyFans account, and we talked to a couple of guys that are really good at directing, like blowing OnlyFans girls up. And he's like, basically, and he was using Andrew Tate's girl as an example. He's like, basically, you need to like do sexual stuff and show nudes if you want to like do any kind of success on OnlyFans. And she doesn't want to do that. I don't want to do that either.
I could do like some like nudes, but like just nice nudes, not like, And the worst part, I don't have like patience to do that, I'm really bad of like, oh my God, I need to take a picture and then I need to do this and then I need to do
you don't need to do any of that. Just set up a camera, bunch of cameras in the house and just capture it all.
Like here's an interesting thing. So we just had the filmer move here. That's putting out like the new good production on the channel.
There's 120 people watching this. 60 customers right there, right off the bat.
What? There's what?
120 people watching this live right now. That's 60 people that will sign up for this service.
Smash the like button. Someone said Fresh Prince CEO kicked Myron out of a twosome. What was I going to say? So the videographer moves here, right? He's living here full time in Brazil, and basically, like, I think we could create like almost like a reality TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember the whole idea for Living Multiple Girls? I told you like 4 years ago that was my ultimate goal in game. But the whole idea came from Hugh Hefner's show, The Girls Next Door, in like 2000, like the late 2000s, like 2006, 2009 or something.
2006, yeah.
Yeah, we just started rewatching that shit, and what's super weird is like Liz mirrors a lot of like the personality. I mean, the Holly girls are really stupid though, but besides that, there's a lot of like overlap with Hef's main chick and Liz, and then the second girl that moved in like mirrors like the second girl that moved into with Hefner, and then the third, they're like almost identical, their personalities and stuff like that. And a lot of the shit that they go through in the house, we watched a few episodes together, and it's like shit we can relate to it. Like, so I want to like go through all the seasons.
Yeah, it's like
because we're relating to a lot of, it's like the same shit that comes up, like
Girls Next Door Brazil edition.
Yeah, but it, you know, basically like he was old as fuck. In
the Farvelas next door.
What's that?
No,
the Farvelas next door.
Favelas.
Favelas. That's how you say it. Right?
Oh, yeah. Here we don't have so much in the.
Florianópolis is pretty upscale compared to a lot of the rest of Brazil. But like, if we documented all that kind of shit, it was like entertainment, like the channel E. It was like their most popular series by views.
Aloy Ajay Kumar. Hi. No,
should we jump into some questions?
I do wanna.
What do you want? You want to ask her?
What are you doing?
So,
I'm reading the.
So is she allowed to have other relationships with women?
No.
No, not with.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Are you allowed to have other relationships with women?
Oh no.
They can't see any guys and definitely not. Like, they can't hook up with any guys ever, but they can't hook up with girls unless it's with me. So like they meet hot girls. Like, one of the girls in the house has been like sourcing hot girls from Tinder, and some of them like want to hook up with her one-on-one, and she's like, no, you can't unless it's with him. That's the rule.
All of the girls in the house are bi, correct?
Yeah.
No.
But they can't. None of them can see any other guys outside the house, besides me. And then, but they all know that I see other girls. Like there's other girls here every day from outside the house, multiple times a day usually. But that causes problems. So like, you know, just because it's so much, like there's always girls here from outside the house. There's like 14 on the side right now. So what we've been talking about is getting a second place. And then me and Liz would live in the second place, and then this place I would bang other chicks, and we would just do like a lot of like party stuff here because we have like
it would be like a party house, table. You know, and his house. And
that's why Andrew Tate's living with 2 in one house, and he has like 4 in a different house.
I'm most fascinated by John's sexual libido, like how he has the energy to do so much fucking. Like, I don't think I physically could do what he does, honestly.
It's all from the maca. I take maca in the morning.
I take maca too. Yeah, you got me into it like years ago. I've been taking maca every night before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
It can't be just the maca. I think you're like biologically wired to be, I don't know, extra horny, I guess, or whatever, or extra.
And how is the relationship of you guys?
I'm sorry?
How is the relationship of you guys? Now I'm interested in.
We're waiting for marriage.
We're completely open. Both of us are open. He gets to see other girls. I get to see other guys.
Do you see other guys?
That's nice.
I mean, at this point, when we were just booty calls, I did. But right now, I'm not. I'm too busy with work. I don't have the time.
Instead of being like, I love Alex too much, she's like, I'm pretty busy. Otherwise, I'd bang some guys.
Seriously.
No, but like, I'm very committed to Alex. Like, I don't really have the need to find other guys.
Yeah, I don't understand that like dual open thing, because you look like historically through ancestral records and like evolutionary psychology, it was like very, very largely like one-way monogamy with the guy, and like I think there was only like 5% or less of societies that were the woman was
that's a good question. So here's the counter argument I would give. In my opinion, long term, it's very, very hard to have one-way monogamy because eventually the girl, and I'm pretty actually flabbergasted that you've been able to pull it off. You might be like the one exception to the rule, but statistically, it seems like eventually the girl, either her friends or her family or someone says, "Hey, it's not fair that he gets to fuck."
No, we've been through all that, and I tell the friend, "Wait, can we tell the story about?"
Well, let me just finish this and then tell the story. So basically, I find that doesn't work out long term. And another thing I find is that if the girl has the freedom, it doesn't mean that she's going to take it. So if you can keep her sexually and emotionally satisfied, she's not really going to like use that freedom vast majority of the time. So it's like you can have the best of both worlds in a way. You can
most of my rotation girls over the years only saw me because I was banging really good and they'd have like the best time with me. But I also want it to be like a rule that they know that would never be tolerated even once if it ever did happen.
I mean, we're super transparent. I'm super, super transparent about where I am, about like my thoughts on. It works for us.
How long have you guys been together?
We started as booty calls. Actually, we met in February of last year, and we were booty calls for like a year.
What day in February do you know? Because we met in February last year too.
Yeah, we met around
beginning or mid?
The end, I guess. No.
We met on the 8th.
Yeah, and we started like our relationship on the 25th
of February.
Yeah, 25th.
Yeah, and then we started. I do differentiate between friends with benefits and booty call. But to me, like, I don't care if my booty call lives or dies. I care about like my friends.
You probably care if he lives or dies, because if he dies, then you can't get that booty anymore, right?
No, so but like if you have like with a friends with benefits, it's like it's like a placeholder until you find someone else. So like you don't want your lay count to go up, you know what I mean? Because I'm not very promiscuous. And then we became like friends with benefits.
I don't know when this transition from booty call to friends with benefits happened. I don't know if I was even there for that.
And then we dating.
But we started quasi dating like 3-4 months ago, basically.
Yeah, around March.
Andrew Tate says you have to like change their like worldview and their programming up front. Like he says, like I didn't even know about this until after I'd already gone through this myself, like with getting girls in the house. But he said he tells the girls like he's a high value dude, he has access to a lot of girls. He's either gonna bang girls openly or he's gonna cheat and lie about it. And which do you prefer? So, and I did the cheat and lie about it in the beginning, and it caused a ton of problems. That call that got leaked by my own life dating, that's when there was a lot of like hiding stuff from her and stuff like that. And now it's like full open.
Yeah. I do prefer that.
Yeah, we've had issues with transparency as well.
Yeah, we have issues with transparency. I'm huge on like I want to know because I'm very transparent. I'm like, this is what's going on. I don't want anything to take you by surprise. This is where I am at right now. And it's like more like if you don't ask, I won't tell.
Yeah,
I like going out and tell.
Well, let me tell a really quick story about because she was getting a lot of this shit from the friends and family. That's not fair. You should be able to see guys too. And it came to a head at one point when she was going to go to a party. She's like, I'm going to go to a party like in my hometown. There's guys that like me there. I'm sleeping over. Like I might hook up. This was in like the very, very early days when we first started like the one-way monogamy stuff. And I was like, if you hook up, I'll never speak to you again. It's over forever. And then she ended up not going to the party. Right? But that's not actually the story. But basically, like I say, I know it's not fair, but this is just how it is. If they don't like it, they don't have to be around. And so like, but like she had one of her coworkers was like, she found out at my job. She's like, I don't like him. He's an asshole. I watched his channel. She speaks English. She's like, I don't like him. And I was like, well, fuck her. I don't like her for talking shit, this and that. And then she invited both of us to her birthday party last year. And it was the first time we ever met. We hit it off really well. And like an hour later, the girl was sucking my dick in her bedroom.
The chick who didn't like your channel?
Yeah. She was always talking shit on me for months. She's like, I hate him. He's an asshole. Because like she would hear after we had fights and after I would do like shit behind her back and this and that. And then, and she's like, he's a huge asshole, blah, blah.
But the thing is, besides this part about like this sexual thing that John has,
she said she wanted to
he
be like a
has
sex slave
this
first.
all other part that he's really nice. You know,
John's a good guy. This is
takes,
why
I remember they
stuck
were
with him
talking.
through the ups and downs over the last 4 years. John is legitimately a good human being.
Yeah, he's super good. He's super nice. He's really, really good.
I put off like a different. I guess I put off like a different person than I really am on my channel, where I come across too abrasive sometimes. People think I'm going to be a huge asshole. Almost everybody that meets me, they're like, "Dude, I thought you were going to be a huge asshole."
Yes, everybody thinks, but he's actually not. He's really cool. I wouldn't be with him. If he wasn't really cool, you know. He is. He's really, really cool. He's like a good person. Like he has a good heart too.
No, I agree with that. I wouldn't be friends with him if that wasn't the case either.
Wait, Tuck, you should fill Liz in on when I came to visit Alex for the first time in LA.
Really?
Well, the whole sexual escapades or whatever.
Like the very first night, like I brought a stripper back to his house, and then there was this like probably like 8 other girls there that weekend.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about that in other streams.
Liz doesn't know.
Oh my god.
Check out the Playing with Fire channel list. It's all in there. Go past interviews. Me and John have been doing podcasts for like a solid, I don't know, 3 years now.
But she's told me too, like that I'm the most confident person she's ever met in her whole life, and she likes that a lot too. She like admires that.
That's something you do have to. You're very confident.
Am I the most confident person you've ever met?
No.
Not the most. Oh shit.
Because she just met me. No, I'm kidding.
Who's the most confident person you've ever met?
I mean, I cannot pinpoint it, but definitely not you.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is pretty confident. All right, let's jump into some questions. They got a bunch building up. You know what we can do that's interesting? Let's have the girls pick the questions because we always pick the questions. So let's flip it.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's see.
Let's see.
You want to?
No, I have to.
You can just sit on my lap if you want.
What?
Because I can't, honey.
Oh. 90 pounds.
No, you're not American.
How tall
I'm
are you?
Brazilian, and she's
How tall are you
Colombian.
in this?
She's 5 feet.
Huh?
How tall are you? 10 feet in inches.
How
many centimeters are you?
I am 1.70 meters. So I don't know how.
And you're super tall, right, John?
John is.
I'm 6'4".
Oh, okay.
I'm 190.
I can never stand next to you guys.
So you're like 5'6". This is like 5'6".
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, 5'7". I mean,
Jonathan,
no, this is but like here, honey.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I know what you're saying. You're 1 point.
No, it's because
so she's tough.
This like this little 0.7, you have to convert to like feet.
170
inches,
centimeters to feet inches.
and in inches.
She's.
This is 0.4.
Okay, this is a good one.
I don't know.
It's a little sarcastic.
Oh, this one.
So, what if all the girls team up against John? Has that ever happened?
Oh, 5.7. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that?
John,
What?
have the girls ever team up against you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it happen often?
Sometimes.
I
It
have
depends on
to-
the situation. This happens a
I
lot.
don't run the house like a dictator or whatever, but I just make it very clear, like not to fuck around with rules. So I have to like bitch out multiple of them at a time sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and I bitch out a lot too. Yeah.
Okay, Liz, you can pick the next one if you want.
Okay, let me pick. For like, can you help me to find like a good question here, honey?
I understand why you can't read it. It's not that small.
I cannot read because it's. Oh, maybe if you do like this, I could read. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe like this.
Live pickup infields in Brazil. The problem is most people speak Portuguese here, and we both speak Portuguese, but that wouldn't make any sense to most viewers. But I mean, she's gonna come to the U.S. with me in the near future. We're gonna go to Europe for a vacation in the near future. We're gonna bring our cameraman, so we'll be picking up tons of girls in public. And these girls are super good at picking up girls. We almost brought home like 11. Well, there would have been 11 of us total, including the 4 of us. We almost brought home, like, I guess it was like 7 girls. Look how they're like making out with like 7 different girls from different groups, like trying to coordinate pulling everyone. We only brought some of them, but yeah, we'll do live pickup in fields for sure.
When you guys are out, do dudes ever come in and try to swoop in on your girls?
Yeah, all the time.
Can you take like one question?
Because they're usually like some of the hottest girls in the club. Like when they like do themselves all up and everything, and their fucking tits are out and all this stuff.
How do you usually handle that?
The girls just ignore them and push them away. Sometimes guys come in and put hands in them and they push the hand off. And if the guy's persistent, I'd basically come in and get like, just prepare to like fucking knock them out. But there hasn't been any kind of situation, but I've had to like get in a couple guys' faces. I've never had like in all the time doing game, I've only gotten like punched twice, and one was on a boot camp I was running, and I saw a rival coach that's a huge fucking loser, and I was like talking shit right in his face, and he just punched me in the club, and guys and like we just fucking it got broken up, but that stopped pretty quick, and then I had some chick that saw me making out with another girl that I had ghosted, and she was really drunk and like fucking punched me in the side of the head. I think that's about it. I've had like probably like hundreds of very close fights.
How did you handle the girl punching you?
Oh no, I had one in Portugal. I had a fight in Portugal.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I made a video on that. When the girl punched me, I mean, what are you gonna do? I think I basically just grabbed security or something like that. She was like super, super drunk, and I wasn't returning her texts, and she saw me making out with another girl and put two and two together, I guess.
Yeah,
Jesus.
But I've had like very, very like a ton of very close fights.
This is for you. How fast can you tell if a man has game or not before you met John?
I don't know. The first date I can tell. And actually, the first 30 minutes I could guess.
That long?
Huh?
That long? 30 minutes?
Yeah, I need to talk to the person. Sometimes the person is not attractive but has a really good game. But
you can't tell in the first like 10 seconds?
No.
I don't know. I don't think.
Like remember the game we played where I'm like,
no,
tell me if you think that guy's beta or not, and you can instantly make an assessment within half a second. That's something you can just look at a guy and size him up very quickly. That's why 99% of the dating coaches on YouTube, you watch any of their videos for 5 seconds, and there's no way they're banging hot chicks. Like there's no fucking way. And then you listen to their theory and all this other shit, and of course it's horrible. The way that somebody carries himself says a lot. So maybe she doesn't understand the question. When you talk to a guy for like a minute or 2 minutes, a stranger, can you make an assessment of if he has game, if he's confident?
Look, there was some people that I talked like for 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes I was so like, oh my God, this is so annoying. And then like somehow the person got my attention. I could like change. That's not like, it's kind of like rare, but happens. I would say like you need like 30 minutes to talk to the person. I don't know.
I agree with you.
Yeah, for me it works like that. That's what they think.
It's also the chemistry that you have with the person, no?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a chick. So.
Yeah,
For me,
like
it's chemistry. For me, it's also the chemistry I have with the person.
Yeah, the chemistry thing. Other questions? How do you even know if a girl is sleeping around and bang you? Guys, in first night. Obviously, she's gonna lie if you ask her body count.
How do you even know if a girl is sleeping around and banging guys in the first night? Obviously, she's gonna lie if you ask her body count.
Well, in the first night, it doesn't matter because you haven't even hooked up with her yet. So I mean,
no. They mean like if she's banging guys in the first time she meets guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like Liz was saying, like waits 5 dates to bang guys. How do you know she's not having one night stand? You can't know if someone's lying in the beginning, but as you get to know someone,
you have to get to know.
You get to see like
patterns,
Yeah, you have to see the actions of the person, not like what they say. They say so much bullshit. John said so many things to me in the beginning, and I would always see the actions, and they were like they don't match what he says. So
no, because she's talking about like I invented like little detail. Like she was
honestly, I really don't care for girls like banging guys on first dates or she's waiting till the third dates. Like to me, that's not like a big thing. I don't know. I don't really care about that too much.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other good questions?
Let's see.
Is it true John has a PhD? Pretty huge dong.
Do you have a PhD, John?
Pretty huge top.
I've been told by tons of girls that it's like the perfect size because it's like you don't want it to be like too big. If it's too big, it like hurts the girl, like especially in doggy style, it smashes into the wall and gives them pain. But you don't want it to be not enough that it doesn't fill them up. So like a lot of girls say that I have like the perfect size where like fills their entire vagina.
Okay, it spells Colombia, not Colombia. First of all,
Yeah,
it just like it irks me when people spell it with a U. It's with an O.
Oh my god.
Where's the best place to meet 18 years old?
At the club, probably 18 years old.
Yeah.
At the high school. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the high school, I guess.
The college campus, yeah, or like some like
you can go on
College,
you can go on Tinder and just set your age range from 18 to
yeah,
18.
you can do that too.
That's the best way to do it.
Also, what's the age of consent in Colombia?
I think it's really young. I think it's like 14.
We don't have that, such a thing.
Well, you do technically.
No, we don't. Do you have like an age of consent in Brazil?
Yeah, every country.
Yeah.
I think it's 14, which
Yours
is fucking
14.
which is gross.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
But there is also some kind of a rule that it's 14, but the age difference cannot be like too high,
5 years or something.
Yeah, it has to be like the person has to be 14 and the other is like 18, 19 or something, It cannot be like a 14 years old girl with a 40-year-old person. Man, in this case.
Where is Joe Gunn? Joe is
Okay.
he's in the Coast Guard. He's based in Virginia.
Is this something that Alex's girlfriends wants monogamy? To be honest, I do not. Monogamy? Like I'm very happy with what we have. And I don't have like I need to settle for anything less. And I think that's something, I don't know if that's happened to you, Liz, where you get a lot of judgment from people or like the style of your relationship. People have questioned my self-esteem.
Yes, of course. That's super annoying.
Yeah, there's a lot,
Right.
and they say a lot of stuff.
We go
That's
through
the
it. We go
thing.
through it though. I say, what the fuck do you expect them to say? You're doing something that most people aren't doing, and they're saying, "Hey, that's different. That's weird." Oh yeah, no shit. But we're also doing tons of cool stuff that nobody's doing too.
Yeah, and people question, I don't know if this happened to you, but like people in my private life have questioned my self-esteem. When Alex had this whole thing with this girl.
Yeah, but this is something that I hear all the time, like all the time. I don't think it like even that's something that I hear all the time. Oh my god, what are you doing? Like this is not fair. That's not cool. That's just something that I hear. Like I used to care more about those things, but now it's like, how is this your fucking business? That's what crossed my mind, and people came to talk to me, like how and it's so funny because like they don't have anything to do, so they have to come to talk to me about my life, about what I do.
Well,
and I don't come to talk to them about their lives and then or what they do because it's not
She's reading like
interesting.
Nietzsche books. She's reading like Nietzsche, the whole like create your own values, create your own purpose. I was really big on that when I studied philosophy, and she's reading those books now too, and she's interested in those ideas too.
Have you read those books, Zarathustra?
Yeah,
She has it-
I
she
did.
has
It
it-
was like
she has it in her-
like a month ago or
She
something.
has it in her room.
Yes, I did. It was really cool. Yeah, we were just talking about that one time. Like
In the Red Pill community, basically what happens is you have a lot of guys who say that women, they only want to get married and have a kid. That's the only motivation women have. And a lot of women do have that motivation, but it doesn't apply to every girl. There's a lot of girls who don't want to get married.
But it's kind of weird, Alex, because like one of my big dreams, actually, before meeting John, was how like having have a husband and have 5 kids. So, which is super like weird because I've never dedicated my life to do that. I was always the opposite. I went to college, I studied a lot, and then I kept studying and studying, like and working, and I lived like in different cities because I was like I got one work here, so I got a better position over there, and then like I was just like dedicating myself to this professional life. But that was something that I wanted to, and it's not like that now I don't want anymore, but like there's so much other stuff that you can do with your time and with your living experience in Earth that's like it's just like a waste, like to be like in a path that everybody says that's the right path,
Exactly.
She can't wait till I put a baby in her. She super really doesn't want to have kids.
I do not want to have kids. I don't want to get married. I mean, the relationship that we have works for me perfectly. Like, I'm very happy with it. I think that one of the things that a lot of men, and something like I've gotten, is that a lot of people think that Alex gives me money, and I'm basically
Who
Alex's
thinks that?
sugar baby. Like some of the girls are like, why is she in an open relationship? It's because like she doesn't have a self-esteem. He leads with money.
Really? I have videos literally talking about bitching about paying for a $10 drink. Who would think that I would ever lead with money?
I know, but like that.
Yeah, like Liz is super independent. Like Liz is an engineer. Like I take her to dinner and like stuff like that. But like she pays for most of her own shit, you know. So even though they earn way less in Brazil, but like
the only person that's getting spoiled is my dog. Rhaegar. He does get spoiled. He has a personal chef now. That's a whole story in itself. All right, let's move on to the next question.
Okay, so just to set it clear, I do not want a monogamous relationship. I'm very happy with where we are.
And I'm happy like it is right now, and like I just want to like enjoy what life has to offer. So maybe one day I want to have like kids, because I always like this family thing. I like to all this caring, you know. I really like this, but not now, and it's not gonna be 5, or I don't know, not 5 for almost.
So
yeah, it's crazy.
So So I see a lot of misconceptions regarding open relationships.
What's the question? Can you read it out?
Because it's like, why would they be angry? These guys found a way to have these girls and not have to give any guarantees.
What does that mean? Guarantees about what?
I'm sorry?
What does it mean? Any guarantees about what?
I mean that he means commitment. I do think just because you're not.
Well, she's committed on ours. She's committed one way.
No, but like I don't mean commitment in whether it's monogamous or open. It's commitment to the person, right? I find that Alex is super committed to a relationship. I don't know if in your case you're committed to the relationship.
Well, the thing we battle about, like, the thing we battle about is like I have like
adds up after a while.
I have like a big emotional connection with her, right?
Exactly.
A lot of these other girls in the rotation, it's mostly just surface level fun and banging them and this and that. I could give 2 shits about them. And she sometimes, you know, it's normal as being a human being, like thinks she's in that category sometimes, where she's like, oh, I'm just another girl. Like the infamous example is if I like see a girl right before her and I have plans, and like sometimes the girl's Uber will cancel or whatever. This happened a few weeks ago, and there was like a huge fight because the girl was like just leaving to get an Uber as she was showing up to hang out, and she's like, what the fuck? You know, because then she thinks, oh, I'm just like the last spot of the night in the rotation.
Yes.
But it's not like that at all. It just happened to be the girl canceled the Uber, and I'm always just like efficiently stacking the time.
Let's unpack this question. So it says lots of red pillars want traditional girls. So let's just go through the line. Let's start off with Donovan Sharp, for example, right? Publicly admitted that his girlfriend sleeps around, is been with a bunch of dudes, a bunch of toxic. He had a whole video where he's talking about big dicks, which is I found super weird, about how all the big dicks this girl has had and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know if that's a traditional girl right there. So cross that off.
He was doing stats on like how many guys probably railed out his chick.
Yeah, kind of creepy. Myron, he doesn't have a girl. Okay, no traditional girl there. Then Fresh, no traditional girl there. He was married once.
He had that big Latina girl.
Yeah, so then let's see who else we got. We got Richard Cooper. Nope, just keeps getting fucked over by single moms. No traditional. Let's see, who else do we have? We got
Rolo.
Okay, he might be the one exception. I really don't know much about his girl. I know that she's older than him. I thought that was like a big thing he preached, like don't go for a girl past the wall. Meanwhile, I'm gonna find
Donovan.
But maybe she's a traditional girl, maybe she's not. I don't know, but that's one out of 5 right now. That's not really good statistics for these red pillars wanting traditional girls. So yeah, I'll pass on this red pill lifestyle.
Well, the thing is, it's not mutually exclusive.
I like this question here.
They can be like Liz is like a traditional girl. Just because she's engaging in this lifestyle with me doesn't change her internal values and
exactly. You know. I think that's important, and it's important to note that just because you're in an open relationship, it doesn't mean you're not committed to the person.
Well, it's a different level of commitment. I see the point.
No, I think relationships are fluid. I think we care about each other's well-being. We're there for each other.
Let's answer the question in Asian characters.
Let's
Oh my God.
let's jump to the next question.
You gotta ban some of these guys. Someone's spamming Asian characters in the chat.
Oh my
You know,
God.
honestly, I never ban anyone. Here, babe, take the next question. We got another comment.
What is the question that you had in mind?
This is really
Oh my
like the
God.
one.
Let me see.
Hold on, you like this one? You said. What about when the rotation girls find out about each other?
No, it wasn't this question. I don't want to. I was looking at. What's the other one? What if rotation girls find out about each other? You should answer this, right, John?
I don't usually ever admit it fully. So if I find girls shit, if I find girl stuff,
Be funny if
I just say like, "Hey, I have a guy friend visiting, and he's here with his girlfriend." That even works if they find like a used condom in the room. I've recovered girls off that. I recovered a main girl in Poland. She saw like used condoms all over. I was like drunk on the bed. She came early, and she's like, "What the fuck's all this?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. My friend borrowed my place, and he banged his girl, and he didn't even clean up." And I just held the frame on it. And what's she gonna do? She wasn't there to see it.
He still lives with me. I have Entourage. It's one of
That was the question about the quiet guys. If
Yeah.
girls like about quiet guys.
Oh, look at this. How do I get really good really fast at getting a girl like Liz?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you. I don't know.
You have
I feel
to
flattered.
put it in their butt.
When you
Okay.
finish that
Oh
one.
my God, John. Oh my God. Yeah.
How is John's Portuguese and Alex's Spanish?
My Portuguese is really good. She thinks I speak like 80%.
Mi español es muy fuerte.
Es muy malo.
No, es muy fuerte.
Es muy malo.
Es muy mal.
No.
Mine was forced to get really good because most of the dates I was going on, the girls didn't speak English. My trainer doesn't speak English. My Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu professors don't speak English. They say professor instead of teacher here.
I released an infield clip of me picking up a girl fully in Spanish, no English used.
Okay, I want to see that.
It's pretty sloppy, but
I was forced to speak Portuguese all the time, so it adapted pretty fast.
John, how much do you bench? This is the question that we've all been.
I don't know,
Oh,
actually.
girls,
I've been
what are you-
hitting all-time records. I'm like the biggest size of my life right now. I'm like 215, 216 pounds. I'm looking to get up to about 220 with like 12 to 14% body fat.
Yeah, I'm 175 now. I want to get up to like 190. I'm shorter than you.
Okay. There is
I'm benching over 200. I don't know what it is exactly, but
there is the little bull sheep
where?
here. Girls, what are your experiences on having a date with quiet guys? I like quiet guys.
She always
I
dated
had-
like nerdy guys before.
And it's nice because like they usually like are more like shy and they have like other things that really makes interesting about them. And when they say like it makes really like nice, it's like the mystery like makes like all that cutest thing. I like it.
Lose attractiveness if they like don't make a move.
About the shy guys?
Yeah, the
Oh,
shy.
I love shy guys.
I think it's nice. It's nice because like when they come up to you, they feel like they are already coming up to you, and you can see that sometimes they are like having trouble, but they are trying to do that. So it makes like kind of cute when the person is like kind of struggling to talk to you. It's better than like those guys that are like really like jerks and like snobbies.
We have a new meme fresh off the presses. Fraud boys for life.
This is an interesting one. A big thing I noticed with you two is that you don't have resentment towards women. Even John is 100% dick towards men when he's mean. Men are good with women. All share the. So basically saying that neither one of us has resentment towards women, which is true.
No, not at all. It's all, I look at it all, but I look at the whole game like a mathematical equation. So it's like, why can you hate like a system? I look at it differently.
And I think it's very attractive, for me at least, when a man likes women, when he genuinely likes women.
Yeah. What's interesting too to note when I first met Liz, so there was like you were seeing a couple other like there was like a couple guys that she had gone on dates recently that she was considering getting involved with, and there was like a dude apparently that was like winning out above me, like he was like a full package type dude, and he was rude to a waiter, I guess, when they had a date, and he lost his shot because that turned her off.
Tell us about the full package.
That's not something that I can stand for. Like It really turns me off, like when it's like someone's like not cool, you know, like not like a good person, like, oh my god, it's so much better than you. I don't like that. That's why I was trying to say like that about quiet guys. Like you don't know what the person is like it has to say, you know. But like when the person comes to you and say like in a aggressive way, like like in a rude way, it's not something that is
But real quick on that, leave that comment up for a second. Real quick, like all the best guys I know in the game, no one has any resentment towards women at all. The resentment comes from the guys getting snubbed and the guys getting rejected, and basically like a level of being an incel, which is like they don't. No, really. Like I looked up the definition.
I'm just laughing at that comment, but go ahead.
I looked up the definition of incel the other day to make sure like I understood it fully, and it's like a guy that can't get women, but not by his own choice. But there's like different levels of that. And the man like justifies, you know, like, well, I don't need these women anyways because they can't get them. You know, it's like, well, I don't want that thing that I can't have. You know, who needs a Lamborghini? Who needs that shit? Fuck those guys. Anyone that drives those is a dick. It's just guys trying to cope with the fact that they can't get girls. And the red pill coaches, look, 0 receipts. If they had any receipts, they would show them. They have none. So what do you expect, right? They invent these like complicated systems. Oh, the women are all going to fuck you over. Oh, the women are all going to go after this. So give up. So don't try. So be a loser. You know, so blame the women. That's just, you know, that's why I fucking hate these guys because they warp these men's brains. I get guys on the phone and they're like, well, I'm not a Chad. I don't have a chance. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like I've had thousands of clients now over the past decade. And the vast majority of them are like fairly average and they get awesome chicks. Right. And I've had special cases where looks really screwed them. Like I had a guy that had like his face deformed or guys that are like massively obese or, but those are like special exceptions. So guys should like try to maximize their sexual market value instead of being a defeatist, complainer and just making excuses. Be the best version of yourself externally and internally. And then game is by far the largest part of the equation. I get all kinds of like very good looking, stereotypical, like tall, muscular type dudes as clients that are in single digit lay count all the time. Do you too?
Yeah, a good amount. I mean, being a victim is never a good idea, no matter who you are and what you look like. There's no power in being a victim. We had this one guy on, and it was like a week ago. This guy was like, dude, he was like missing fucking his hands, or his hands weren't working. He had like all this weird disability I've never heard anything about. And
so he couldn't jerk off?
I don't think he can jerk off, honestly. And dude, he was like the most positive guy ever. I'm usually pretty good, just like on my feet answering people's questions. But like we had that guy on, I was a little flat. I was like, damn, like this guy got dealt a bad hand in life. But he was like positive. He's like, yeah, man, I'm, like fucking, gonna keep going. So that's kind of attitude you want to do. You want to be the ally, not just be like the fucking statistic. I like this.
Wait,
can you?
I want to read. Can
we just quickly take this question? Can you help me day game in Arab country? This is Myron. I locked fresh out of the studio. I need help quick. I'm dead.
No, that kid says hilarious. Whoever made that account is hilarious. That I see a lot of funny comments all over. Facts. I drive a McLaren. Real talk. Wait, but let me read this thing Liz sent me. I just thought about this because I'm seeing people think like, oh, this type, that type, blah blah. Okay, ready?
Oh my god!
Can I read this? This is from August 20th, so this is like 20 days ago. But like, can I read it? It's pretty private.
Yeah, it's pretty private.
Oh, she said, "Okay." Is your chick listening? I want to hear the girls. Actually, some of this makes me sound.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, ready? Okay. She said, I've just seen a guy in a sports car. This reminded me that I used to dream that my perfect 10 would be a tall, handsome man with blue eyes, cute, puffy face, and let's see, beard, nice hair, kind of a bad boy, but nerdy mind, and very sexy thing you do with your lips when you talk angry and serious. It's like my fucking lifted joke. I think that happened because I like trained this girl. Like this girl like showed me how she can move her right nostril. Like she could just move the right nostril, and I like practice it so much so I could just control the right nostril, but it like raises the lip, and it's like tied to my speech now. I think. Anyways, after all this year, the time I've known you, I still get excited and amazed every time I see you. Never ever I thought I could get it, that one day would be real. You still get me butterflies in my stomach. Thanks for coming for lunch with me. Loved you a lot. And then when I read that, I'm like, damn. I mean, no, because she's like my dream type of girl too. Like,
it's all nerdy, all nice. And when you say like, what type of girl like shy and quiet guys? It's just because John actually, like, he's very nerdy and very, very, very nice. And he has this system to get girls, but deep down, he's like super, super, super like nice and a little bit shy too. I know it's hard to imagine because you guys see this, but he is. And that's my type of guy.
That's why I was drunk for 15 years.
Yo, Alex, how do I request for you to get on the pod? Just send us an email. What's your email, John?
John at johnanthonylifestyle.com.
Mine is playingwithfirechannel@gmail.com. Just shoot us an email, and yeah, we'll talk about it.
Who is it?
I don't know, really. Okay. Any other good questions that we should take?
How can we get?
Alex has a wonky nose. Are typically women you would think wouldn't like that, but he uses what he has and is okay with that. If he makes people probably get more jealous because they think. Well,
that looks like a version of Alexander Lindbergh.
I do have a wonky nose. It's never really limited me though.
Yeah, dude, I see like the most horrifying insults I've ever seen in my whole life in YouTube comments and in emails.
So
People just rail the fuck. I'm sure. I don't know if you go through your own comments, but like, I developed thick skin a long time ago. Like when you've done thousands of approaches, you're gonna hear everything from girls. But I've heard plenty of compliments and gotten plenty of hot girls that I don't give a fuck what any of these people think, anyways.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
How do you get? That's a good one. Can I put it on? Mm-hmm. How do you get a girl to comply with your open relationship rules?
That's always a big question. I just say it's like this way or nothing. But it's like there's a whole art to it, right? So like I basically like baby stepped like shit over like a year and a half.
It's like sometimes I stop and I think, how did it get to this point, John? Right?
So like basically what's happening is it's like massive.
It's a little bit little.
It's like this massive orchestration of like just inching a little bit further, like on a daily or weekly basis. And then like when you take a look back over the past year and a half, it's like a huge jump, and they're like, "Oh my god," which they never went for. They never really went for like any like decent jump.
Guys, I never signed up for this. I never ever signed up for this. It's like little by little, and then you got to the point that's like.
But you're happy with it now. Because it's like
I am happy, but it's always changing. It's like it's evolved, of course.
I gotta do that with you, but instead of sexual things, there was just things around the house. Babe, clean up my puke.
Basically, they have to be very invested. They have to like not want to ever lose you before you kind of bring it all in. Like basically, like when we bring in girls to the house, they have to already be, like super into you and not willing to accept the alternative, which is like not having you in their life. So they're like, okay, I'll try to adapt to this. And then they just kind of get used to it. And it's like, this is the new way of things now.
Have you ever been in monogamous relationships?
Yeah, of course.
This is
I've had a bunch. Like here's the thing is I learned like many years ago that it's just not for me. Like overall, that's nothing against the girl. It's just like once you like honed your game in really, really tight. Like I had a girl in Puerto Rico, and it was 2016. It was like super hot. She was like a lingerie model on different billboards. Like the billboard outside the airport was like a really good set of internal stuff. And I like deleted Tinder. I stopped going out to the clubs. I blocked all the rotation girls I was seeing. I was like, I'm going to try to do this properly. And then I had like a hot Uber driver and ended up banging her. I had a hot girl next to me on the plane, ended up banging her. My girlfriend couldn't come to my holiday party, and there were two hot girls at the building party. Had a threesome with them. They like cheated on their dudes. And I realized like there's not really any like stopping this, as cheesy as that sounds. It's hard to like, I always tell her I like can't put the chessboard away after like mastering. She plays chess.
He's like a machine. He's just like a program, right? We have this like, the programmer, like boot. It's like boobs, and butts, boobs, butts, boobs, butts. It's like, oh, there's a boob and boob. Oh, he's gonna like look at it, and then he's gonna be attracted to that, and like.
I wish I had John's sex drive. It's like
it's not even like a sex. I don't even know it's all like just purely fueled by sex drive. I just love the game so much, and like as you evolve the strategy, you get better and better, which gives you more high level consistent results. And then like the move to Brazil, it's like. Now the bell curve shifted, so now there's like 9s everywhere, and my game's extremely tight now. It was very good in 2012. Now we're coming up on almost 10 years later. Like people were writing field reports back in like 2014, 2015 of like pulling multiple threesomes in a night and stuff like that, and that was like 1,000 girls ago. So it's like now it's like I've taken all the best optimizations of the game, plus gone to like one of the places that has the most beautiful girls in the world. And now we're like combining all these girls together.
You're very pretty.
And there's other girls that want to move in and be part of all this. And like, it's cool. Like it's almost like a big like family. I don't know if you'd call it like a social circle, but there'll be like 10 girls hanging out here and just me. And like all the girls are like close with each other.
Oh, this is nice. I can answer this one for you. John, have you ever dated a model or a supermodel before? Actually, he's dating one right now. It's one of his rotational girls, and she's super hot. Seriously, I've never seen something like that. She's really hot. This is
close to like a 10 probably, right?
Yeah, she's like.
what's your low in chest?
Yeah, a lot of
those
those.
take over.
Those all over the place. I banged Miss Utah, USA.
Oh, you banged Miss Utah?
Miss Tijuana. I have
Can you
a
put this box here, honey?
which one?
Like this box of comments. Can you like
No.
put from here? No?
Can't move it.
Oh, it's a
Okay,
shame.
this is a good one. And I think like I already know your answer, but what are your thoughts on Black Pill and this YouTuber with waffles?
I don't know, we eat waffles. But as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I understand, I might have this definition wrong. People were saying in my Black Pill video that I was like not encompassing the ideas right. Alex, is Black Pill just it's pure looks, money, status?
He's not here right now.
I think as far as I understand, it's like looks, money. It's only looks, money, status, which is totally bullshit. Like on each one of those, I've had tons of clients that spent their last amount of money they had to their name on my training and banged tons of girls living with their parents, or like almost no client has any status. That's just like a bullshit ambiguous marketing thing that people throw in. And then in terms of looks, I have literally endless counterexamples of guys that are average looking getting girls, and that's not any kind of marketing ploy. I'm thinking about like we'd have to like get released from a lot of the guys, but it's very rare that I can't get a guy very, very good unless the looks part is like extreme, like I said, like deformed, obese, unless there's something really extreme going on. What is Black Pill? That it's all looks, money, status, and we can't do it. All looks. Because people are trying to say it's money and status too. But yeah, that's total BS. I mean, it definitely can help, and I look at it more like icing on the cake. Like if I had to rate like what percentage of the whole equation is looks, I would say like probably less than 15%. What would you say?
Look at it.
Check. Where's the?
What percentage would you say is the looks?
Is this it?
I'd say.
I don't think that's it.
I don't like the premise of that question because they're both important. Game and looks are important, I would say. But I don't know. I would say looks is like 50%, game is 50%. But you can have a guy who's like really good looking and he has no game, and that still won't be enough. Versus you have a guy who's just like very sloppy, and if he has a good game, that still probably won't be enough. So I don't know. I think they're both important. I don't think a percentage is a good way to look at it.
We're about to die, guys. Please bear with us.
That happened multiple times on live because I just always forget to plug this computer in.
I've just had far too many average looking guys be landing 9s regularly and be clearing 100 lay count for looks to be that significant. There's just way too many examples.
Oh,
It's fine. Let's see. I'll answer a couple more here. Almost going for like 2 hours.
oh, really? All of that?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it's fucking Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
So Alex always wants to do these late. At first I was like, no, I'm not going to do it because it's too late on a Friday. We're going to go out. But Endless Options Jesse.
There we go.
Marketer, he's a fucking loser. Endless Options Jesse. They're from the original Simple Pickup crew. It was basically horrible cold approach pickup. combined with extremely effective marketing and pop culture references. Like, let's go say Star Wars and Harry Potter words instead. And now he's systematized some fancy messaging on.
That's not working. Yeah, plug it in here.
Yeah, that dude's a fucking loser.
There we go. Got it.
But he's a good marketer though, so that's why you're seeing his ads a lot.
This is an interesting question.
I don't like tattoos, to be honest.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I think it helps a little bit.
I don't. How?
It's a girl's personal preference.
Yeah.
But here's something interesting because I got the full arm tattoos recently, and I was doing a bunch of research, like even after I did it. But I was reading because I was curious, like, what am I going to notice, or what should I statistically expect in how people are perceiving me? And they said that women, on average, think the guy is more confident, more like better in bed, like they respect him more, like a bunch of positive stuff. But they said that he would probably be a worse mate and like a worse boyfriend and stuff like that. So I was like, perfect, right on the money.
Interesting. What I want to do is, before I close off the live stream, I want to address the Rolo video. I'm going to do that. But Liz, John, anything you guys want to add before we kind of get to that segment?
I don't know. I want to take her like around the world. Like, we want to go to like Italy and Greece and like a bunch of places. We might bring some girls from the house too, and bring the camera guy. And he's capable of making like super awesome cinematic shit. And we've got a drone, like a 6K drone. I want to just go like on like a year-long tour, just touring the globe, picking up girls in clubs everywhere, having virtual assistant teams run the online stuff, and just banging a shitload of girls around the world with the girls and having lots of cool experiences. That's kind of the next level. The editor's like, hey, I want to make you into like the next Dan Bilzerian. But it's not meant to be like shock and awe, like, oh, look here, like, look at me, the girl here's shocking. It was like, we had a day out doing the boat stuff. It was fun. Like, we all like each other a lot and stuff like that. That should have been evident in the videos. People think it's, I don't know. Everyone just assumes, like, everyone just wants to hate and all that. The more proof you show, the more everyone says it's all fake and this and that. I don't know, hundreds of hours of infield can be fake, thousands of pictures, and happen to know extremely well what I'm talking about. This is evident in every video. So I don't know. How do you deal with all the fucking like skepticism of like, oh, can this really be a thing? Because most guys are like still like suspending disbelief the game is real and stuff like that.
Yeah, you and I have slightly different goals. Actually, probably significantly different goals. I'm done with travel for a minute. I'm going to be mostly focused on the business. I want.
You have like the health stuff too, though. That's
sure, but even without the health stuff, I really want to grow the business. That's a big focus, and we're launching an app, and we're going to be launching another app after that.
Yeah,
so
I'm heavily focused on that now too. Finally,
it's like my main thing going forward, and yeah. Yeah, I think we got some good stuff.
Someone said throw shade because I'm in Brazil. Like I said, I arrived in Brazil at 1179 lay count. Most of my lays were from America, like the vast majority. And I was doing all the threesome and foursome stuff with bisexual girlfriends all the way through. I just didn't start my YouTube till late 2017 because I had like fake, like bullshit criminal accusations that never went to trial and never was convicted of kidnapping in Vegas in 2013, which was all BS. But there was an active case going on for like 2 or 3 years, and I didn't want to be putting out content that feminists could twist and use against me. So it's very frustrating for me that I got a really late start on YouTube, even though I was getting guys 3 for 3 lays on boot camps ever since 2012. That was happening all the time. I have reviews from 2012 that blow everything out of the water from this current year in the industry.
Well, your channel's growing a lot lately. I mean, you're at like almost 30,000 now.
I'm definitely like shadow banned or like throttled somehow because, like, first of all, none of this stuff's monetized, but nothing ever like breaks out. Like even like tiny channels have like these big breakout videos on the same topics as me, and it's just because everything's demonetized. But that's that's the price for swearing a lot and talking about a lot of ridiculous shit, I guess.
Well, don't worry. Pretty soon the Playing with Fire channel is going to get so big that since you're my only future channel, there should be a good amount of crossover. That's pretty cool. We have a lot of crossover between our channels. Yeah. Will there be a joint venture between you two? Yeah, I think so. Probably at some point in the future.
Yep. Yeah, because you don't really run like live boot camps and stuff, right?
No.
Whereas
Sounds
we're doing
like-
that. We're doing that regularly now in Austin, Vegas, New York, Miami. We're going to be starting London programs, Australia programs. So we're going to have coaches. Well, I already have the coaches in place, but we're going to be having regular programs all throughout the world on every continent every month.
John and I both are going to be speaking at the 21 convention.
Are you coming,
Yep.
Liz?
Oh,
She
you're
wants
not
to.
allowed to come.
She wants to, but Brazilians can't make
Yeah.
visas right now to get in the
Yeah.
US because of the pandemic.
Mhm. Yeah, it's been like that for a while. We tried before. We tried last year to go for Christmas, and we couldn't make it because of the pandemic. And is still on? Sorry. I wish. I was excited too. I was.
There should
really
be some kind of big titty exception, you know, like when you have big tits, they just kind of push you to the front of the line, like you don't have to follow.
Okay, hello guys. Hey.
You can't really see how big your boobs are in this.
Like kind of.
Yeah, no, thank you guys so much for coming on, Liz. We really appreciate it.
Okay.
Hopefully you can make it to America one of these days. And John, I shall see you soon. Anything else you want to plug before we?
Oh, check out the platinumdatingsystem.com. That's my 8-week thing. Or my channel, John Antony Lifestyle. We're doing 2 videos a day now. Pickup seduction content video, highly produced with our full-time editor, and a reaction video. So it's gonna get very exciting. Let me know on my videos on my channel. Let me know videos you want me to react to, or just email me, John at JohnAntonyLifestyle.com. It has to be a big channel, and they have to be saying dumb shit or incorrect shit.
So 80% of YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. So yeah, I don't know if you want to stay on for this. I'm going to react to the Rollo thing. I want to do that real quick before we wrap up.
Which Rollo thing?
He mentioned me in his latest live stream, so I'm going to do a reaction. Quick
Dude,
reaction.
I just put up I published a Rollo video like 10 minutes before the stream, making fun of that fucking idiot. To me, like, so anybody that wants to check my channel, there's a Rollo video I just published. But basically, he's an old dude that is just a keyboard jockey that made some books that he thinks are really cool. There's a bunch of flaws in them, but the biggest thing is that like he docks 50 dudes. Anthony Johnson from 21 Studios has a video about it, and he's like a super fucking shade ball and is super money hungry. Like, Anthony Johnson's been around the manosphere since the beginning, and said that he's never seen anyone more money hungry than Rollo. And what's interesting is that Rollo promotes a whole bunch of known scammers that have been already outed, including Fresh and Fit, including Modern Life Dating, including Donovan Sharp, including Richard Cooper. And it goes on and on and on. And he defends them all to the death, even though there's endless amounts of objective empirical evidence showing that those guys are scamming, that those guys don't have real qualifications, etc. But they get him book sales. So that's the only factor he considers. But he's not a real expert by any means. His shit should all be fucking shut down. He's polluting the community with trash, making guys hateful and resentful towards women. But no, you can break it down. We have some people out there we're gonna go chill with.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you. We'll bring you and your chick on our channel at some point.
Sounds good.
Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you. Are you guys gonna come visit in Brazil?
Yeah.
We're dying to go to Brazil. We were planning with some friends to go.
You know my rule: no fun. No fun.
Well, I was planning with some friends. If I go to Brazil, I hit you guys up.
It sounds good.
Cool. Great. Come. It'll be nice.
Me and Alex went to Colombia together like 3 years ago.
That was a good time. You don't need to go about that.
Alex had a machete put to his neck in like 4 a.m.
That was fun.
Really?
That was fun being robbed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was like 5 like attacks on our group over like 2 weeks.
I thought I was the only one that got attacked.
Sonny got drugged and robbed.
Oh, yeah, Sonny.
There was that other dude that got a knife put to his throat.
John, you're scaring people to go to Colombia, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever go back.
No.
Nothing against.
There's
just too much sketchy shit. Nothing against like the country overall. It's just dangerous, right?
It depends.
Yeah, I think it depends on where you are. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna pull up the video. We're gonna do a quick
I was in
reaction.
like safe tourist areas of Bogota and Medellin. All right. We'll talk soon, then.
Bye, guys.
All right, take care, guys. All right, so I want to just end off the stream by quickly addressing this because a lot of people have been asking me. I'm gonna make a whole video on this probably early next week.
Do you want me to be in there?
Yeah, jump on in. You've never seen it, so this is gonna be like a genuine
Am
reaction.
I gonna be offended
No, you're not gonna be offended.
by him?
Bazillion times.
Okay, wait, hang on.
Myron has parroted this back to, I don't know.
Okay, hang on a second.
Okay, who's the old guy?
Who's the old guy? That's a good way to start. Hang on. Let's share the screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. I think he mentions me right around this mark.
Red pill empiricists and blue pill ideologists, people and blue pill ideologists, people end up talking past one another because they cannot agree on what they should be debating about. The sets of values they hold are completely incompatible because they don't start from the same basis. This is very important because when I get into today's video and when I start to digging into this today, that's going to be very important. You're going to have to be able to separate who's the empiricist and who's the believer here. And I don't mean, I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying these are different ways of thinking. These are different priorities for thinking. The sets of values they hold are completely incompatible because they don't start from the same.
Oh,
and
crap.
apply it changes, but you don't take that away. You don't pull that out of. That's it. Red pill empiricists, confident in your beliefs. I'm not confident in my beliefs. I don't have beliefs.
Okay, wait. I go back.
Don't. You're associating with a guy who is a red pill empiricists and blue pill ideologists, people and blue pill ideologists, people end up talking past one another because they cannot agree on what they should be debating about. The sets of values they hold are completely incompatible because they don't start from the same basis. This is very important because when I get into today's video and when I start to digging into this today, that's going to be very important. You're going to have to be able to separate who's the empiricist and who's the believer here. And I don't mean, I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying these are different ways of thinking. These are different priorities for thinking. The sets of values they hold are completely incompatible because they don't start from the same basis. They can't even agree on what a debate is. And I'm going to show you something.
No, we can agree on what a debate is. It's when we discuss ideas that we disagree on. So I don't really understand why he's making this way fucking million times harder than it has to be.
Else here. You know what? Let's just throw this one out there real quick. I got this. I was going to put this on screen, but I think I'll just read it to you anyways. It's a whole lot better. I got challenged to a debate by I didn't even know the dude's name, the guy from Playing with Fire. This is one of the things I've always tried to do on this channel is bring in people with different ideologies. Well, that's your mistake right there. That's your mistake.
No, bringing people with different ideologies is not a mistake. It's only a mistake if you're not confident in what you believe in and you're a little bitch and you're afraid of someone who disagrees with you. So no, it's not a debate. No, yeah, let's all hang out in our little echo chamber and bring on people who circle jerk us and believe in the same thing as us because that's a very interesting discussion.
How can you grow if
Stay
everyone
cool.
is...
Yeah, good one, Rolo.
Right there, and have a respectful discussion. No, you don't. You're associating with a guy who is a pathological liar.
Okay, first of all, two things completely unrelated. You can have a respectful discussion and associate someone who's a pathological liar as you claim. Let's dissect each one of these. Yes, I've had a respectful discussion with every single guest I've had on because if I invite you on my channel, thus I'm going to show you courtesy. So I would challenge Rolo. I would give him any amount of money if he can find one example of me not being respectful to any guest I have ever had on. It doesn't exist. I've been pretty courteous to everyone I've had on. Number two, associating with a pathological liar. Okay, well, first of all, John is not a pathological liar, but okay, let's even assume that he is. Dude, you associate with Fresh and Fit, Modern Life Dating, Richard Cooper, like you associate with the shittiest people in the community. So like, I personally don't believe that you should be judged by those who you're associated with. So I was never going to bring up the fact that he associates with shady people. But if he's trying to use that argument against me, I'm going to use it right back at him. So that's just like not a valid argument at all. So it's just kind of funny that he's even bringing this up.
First off, proven pathological liar. That's one. Well, that's neither here nor there. But let's.
It's either here or there, but I'm going to bring it up and make it a central point of my argument.
come back to it. This is something that is sorely missing in the red pill community. No, it's not. We've been doing this for, you want to know why Fresh and Fit and the rest of these guys are so popular? Because they've been doing exactly that.
No, they haven't. Again, they've been debating drunk girls when they take away their cell phones. It's not even really a debate. It just becomes a trashy Jerry Springer TV. But Fresh and Fit hasn't had any real debates. They do not bring on people like me, Kevin Ray Wilder, anyone and everyone who actually disagrees with them and is articulate. They will not do that. They will only debate drunk bimbos. Those are the only people they debate. And when they actually debate intelligent girls, they usually lose. And I've played clips of them actually getting destroyed by girls who were not, below 100 IQ. So no, Fresh and Fit doesn't do that. You don't really do that. The last debate you had was, I believe, against some tranny, and you got owned by her so much that you wouldn't even put the video on your channel. So no, it hasn't been happening in the red pill community. Very rarely. The only example of it happening was when Donovan Sharp debated Kevin Ray Wilder, which I have much respect for Donovan for doing that. Donovan significantly jumped in terms of how much I respected him after doing that, because at least he's showing a willingness to have a conversation dialogue with someone who disagrees with them. And look what happened. It was a respectful debate. Both sides got, their points across. I probably would have debated Donovan a little bit differently. I would have made some different points, but that's neither here or there. So no, it is missing in the red pill community. And I would challenge you to find, several examples of a legitimate debate happening in the red pill community. It almost never happens. All you guys like to do is circle jerk each other and just basically have each other on the podcast and just talk about how great your books are and how awesome you are and blah, 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 blah. That's not a real debate.
This is something that's sorely missing in the red pill community. Thus, I am issuing a challenge to Rollo Tomasi. Come on my live stream and let's have a debate. Okay. What? About what?
Well, I actually have a whole video on this. Good thing you check my channel, bro. I have a whole video talking about reviewing your book, what's it called, The Rational Male, and breaking down which rules I agree with and which rules I disagree with. So that's a good starting point, because in that video, I talked about multiple things that you say which are objectively not true and that I disagree with. So that's a starting point. And I can dig up plenty more shit that I would disagree with you on that would make a very good debate. So there's plenty of things. There's no shortage of things that you and I disagree on. I would say I probably agree with Rollo on maybe 50 to 60%, but there's a solid 40% that we could definitely debate about. So yeah, I don't even understand why he's using this argument about what. I have a whole video on that.
See, the problem I have with this, and then it's like, you're confident in your beliefs. I'm not confident in my beliefs. I don't have beliefs. When I'm doing this show, no beliefs, no morality, no ethics.
Okay, nice bitch fit Rollo. This guy's like fucking having a temper tantrum. It's not beliefs, man. Yeah, it is beliefs though, because what you're saying, you're not backing it up by scientific studies. You're not. In fact, I almost never see Rollo quote any scientific literature. It is his beliefs, and just like this, what I'm saying is my beliefs. This is not factual science. The fact that, for example, take one of his rules that a man should not talk about his weight count in front of a girl and his experiences. How is that proven science? No, that is just your opinion. My opinion is that it's okay to do it. Your opinion is this, my opinion is that. So it's so disgenuine to just say that, oh, I'm just doing, this is just facts. It's the same exact shit that Fresh and Fit does. Oh, you can't disagree with us because this is just facts. So basically what you do is you take something that you believe in, something that you want to prove, and you call it a fact, even though it's not a fact. And then you say, oh, you can't criticize it because it's a fact. It's the most intellectually disingenuous type of argument I've ever heard. So yeah, I mean, like, it's so absurd that he's saying that, yeah, there's no beliefs here. It's all just facts. It's all just facts. No, it's not, dude. This is the shit that you believe in. And your beliefs are based on your experiences. And I would make the argument that you're not qualified to properly interpret your experiences because you've been out of the game since before the internet was even really a thing. So yeah, but that's a whole story in of itself.
No, nothing, just raw data, okay? It is praxology. If I'm confident in my beliefs, I'm confident in the data. And until that data is in some way disproven, and until there's somebody comes up with a better predictive framework, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Let me try this logic on Nati. Babe, we should have a threesome tonight, and that is a fact. You can't debate it. It's a fact. You're gonna have to lick my butthole while some other girl licks my balls. That's a fact. That's a fact right there. It's a fact. Science. Like what? This is so absurd. Also, pretty funny how like reactive he's getting. How he's just about to have like a bitch fit.
So
about to, like,
long on challenges, short on what are we going to talk about once again. You know who?
Okay, again, have a whole video on this. Check it out.
You know who challenged me to a debate way back in 2016, 2017? Pat Stead.
No one cares about your anecdotes from the past, bro. This is here and now. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to break this down. Let's go back to the stream. But basically, yeah. So I'm going to be making a more detailed response video to this. Probably going to be coming out Monday, Tuesday, but I quickly want to just dissect through this. So Rollo, debate challenge is still on. And I believe his exact words were, well, just show me what are things we're going to debate about. Okay, I have a whole video on this, but I'll make it crystal clear. I'll make a new video where I'll write out, or I'll make a post where I'll just directly write out points and posts that we can debate about. Like, I don't know how many he needs, like 5, 10, 20. There's a whole bunch I can come up with that he's just dead wrong about. So that should be easy peasy. Let's see if we got any questions on this, and then we will call it. I love this. What should I do if I just got a girl pregnant?
Oh shit!
Yikes! I'd be interested to see you debate weave waffles. Yeah, I can debate him. I mean, I'm open to debating anyone. Honestly, just have them weave waffles if you're watching this, or if you're his friend, just email me. Playing with 5 channel.
What happened to Ruben tonight? I haven't seen him in a while. Like, he hasn't popped up.
I banned him from the stream because I was getting jealous. Answer the pregnancy question. I don't really know, man. That's like a tough one.
What should he do with the pregnancy question?
I mean, are you trying to have a kid? That's the question I would have for you. If you're not, then probably try to see if she's down with an abortion. You know, try to talk her into that. And if you want to have a kid, then have a kid. I don't know. Rollo acting like his theory is proving the Earth is round. Yeah. This is interesting. But yeah, guys. So this was a we're working on this. Yeah, this is a common question we get. We're working on that. There's a little clog in the wheel, but we're gonna try to fix that. YouTube notified that someone was being not serious and wasn't being elegant. What the fuck does it mean? That's like an inside joke. I like it. Down with abortion. Yo, girl, you down with that abortion? This is hilarious. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you guys for having me.
Always glad to have you. So yeah, so look out. We have some awesome videos dropping next week. I'm gonna release some more infield. We shot a bunch of infield over the weekend, so I'm gonna release more of that. We got some cool video topics. We got the Rollo response video. Hopefully Rollo doesn't bitch out. I want to spell it out for him. All right, guys. Till next time.
Bye, guys.